NBN expert chat with myself, Andy Heller, one of the directors here at Central Telecoms. Hopefully you've been tuning in over the last few weeks, or if you'd like, you can jump back onto the YouTube channel, Facebook pages, and revisit some of our older discussions or older videos, just running through some of the sort of common issues that we're here out and about with customers struggling with their NBN connections and their NBN transitions. Last week we covered off some basic NBN internet connection issues, and this week we're just going to talk about some phone system and voice issues that we hear a lot of out and about, that sort of crops up every time people are transitioning to NBN, when they're not necessarily paying too much attention to what their provider's doing. So the common thing that we hear is that their old phone system isn't necessarily behaving the way they want to. It was set up maybe 5-10 years ago, in some cases 20-30 years ago, and the actual feature set of that phone system isn't quite working in the way the business is operating now. Some core features around, or core systems that people want to be able to do, like transferring out to email, transferring out to mobiles, voicemail to email, or just updating and making amendments to call flow features, whether that be an auto attendant or something like that. As you can see with the slide that's just popped up on your screen, this is basically what most customers are now doing, or a lot of customers are doing, that we're transitioning over, because they're putting in this little adapter box. Those adapters actually create more of a headache. They utilize your existing hardware to just try and get your voice back onto the NBN. The issue with that is you've got an expensive phone system on one end and you've got a cheap adapter that sits in the middle. So you still don't have the feature set that you wanted from before, and now you've compounded another issue by adding in poor voice quality. So we hear a lot of customers that are sat there getting frustrated with dropouts or scratchy calls, or just issues that never happened before the NBN. And a lot of it is just trying to utilize your old stuff that's not designed for the NBN, not designed to take an IP internet-based signal, and trying to reutilize it on the NBN. The way we do things is slightly different. We've discussed it before, but we essentially just bring in straight IP hardware, NBN ready, no adapters necessary. Plug it straight into either a switch or through your computer network, and plug it straight into your NBN connection. Then it's back-ended onto our cloud PBX platform, which allows us to completely manage all your phone system and all your features. Now, one of the main issues that we hear a lot of is people want it to be simple to move on to the NBN. They want it to be nice and easy. They don't want to be having downtime or dropouts or service quality issues. The issue is where we just try and do it as a blanket, one-size-fits-all type approach. If you're just constantly putting in adapters to just try and do it on the cheap and do it quickly, the issue is it's never done cheap and it's never done quickly, because the problem is you end up having your voice quality issues, you have your dropouts, you have your service issues. If you go down the other route, invest properly in the hardware that's required for the NBN, and make sure that you spend the time to work with your provider, like ourselves, to make sure that the call flows match exactly what you want. And so that if you need certain extensions ringing for 5-10 seconds and diverting off to mobiles or moving to different departments, none of that is difficult, none of that is challenging. It just needs to be a well thought out process, and it doesn't need to be expensive either. The cost of investing into these old antiquated systems actually turns out to be probably more expensive than it would be to just invest in the new hardware required that's going to last you another 5, 10, 15, 20 years like your old phone system did. So although there's a lot of telco guys running around town sort of trying to flog new phone systems all the time, be very careful what you invest in. Make sure it is built for the future. Make sure it is an IP PBX, or and there aren't any levels of adapters in between. You can use cloud for everything these days. There's no reason to be shying away from it for your phones as well. Some of the things that just popped up here is some of the basic call features that we call them basic, but I suppose for a normal phone system they're not. The first one there is simultaneous ring. If you run a sales team and somebody's trying to ring your salesman directly, and if they're ringing their desk phone and they're not at their desk, that is quite easy for that call to get missed. Simultaneous ring allows you to pair it up with your mobile or your tablet, so you can be out and about anywhere in Australia or anywhere in the world, and it will simultaneously ring with another phone on your account. The easily adjustable call flows, that's more to do with, if you're working in a large office environment and some people need to be manning the phones, some people don't. It's about being able to turn off extensions and turn them on as and when you please, and quickly and easily add them into the call flows. And the same with voicemail to email there. That's another feature that we've got into the Cloud PBX, which basically just means that if somebody's trying to get hold of you and they leave a voicemail for you, rather than having to wait and pick that up off of your desk phone, you can actually just get it emailed directly to your mobile. So if you're out and about, you could just hit play and it will play through your car speakers. The easy management tool, that's the real key to this. It's a web management tool, and it basically gives you direct access into our phone system and allows you to be able to jump in and make these updates, and they will happen instantaneously. And before, you would have to call out a technician or a PBX technician to drive out to your property, charge you a call out fee, dial into the phone system, spend hours reconfiguring things. With this, it's very plug and play. You can just jump in, press the button, and you can make Joe's extension ring, you can make my extension ring, you can make Graham's extension ring. So the best bit about that is your call flow management in a widespread business, or even just in one office, becomes negligible. It becomes so simple and easy to manage that you'll wonder why you didn't do it before. And we've had loads of people calling in and asking us about these kind of features. And they're the key to their business. Being able to access phone calls wherever they are, being able to make sure that when customers are calling in, that they're being seen to and spoken to. And I think a lot of people are just scared of what the NBN can do, or what the NBN might do to their business. But taking the time and attention to look at your call flows, taking the time and attention to invest properly into your hardware, you'll have a much easier business to run. So if anybody's got any more questions, please jump on the Facebook page, send us an email, give us a call, and just ask any questions that you need. We get back to people very quickly, and we give as detailed an answer as we can. So I suppose next week we'll run over a few more live examples and case studies of things that we've done to help out other businesses. But hopefully that just gives you a good idea of the kind of features that you could be expecting from a Cloud PBX over the NBN. Righto, thank you.